Definitely feel this. Drive that back knee up. Doesn't always have to be perfect. I can feel my heart rate. Come on, get that height in there. Whew, take a few deep breaths. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Rob Richards with Blue Star Nutraceuticals. Welcome back to this week's Fast to Fat Loss workout. I got a great routine in store for you today. It's all focused around the legs. And for that, we just need a pair of dumbbells and a mat. It's gonna go like this. 30 seconds of a dumbbell focused exercise, followed immediately by a body weight exercise, then 30 seconds of rest. We have 3 rounds over 24 minutes. And as always, every great workout starts with a great warm-up. So if you need to warm up, check the link in the video description below. There's a 7-minute full body warm-up. Go check that out, then come back and let's begin. Give you 5 seconds to get ready for the first exercise. Pick the weights up. We're gonna sit down into this exercise, pushing our hips back, keeping the body upright. May have caught me, I said lunge. It's gonna be our second exercise coming up with the dumbbells. So we'll start with the squats, warm up our primary movements. Again, first round, we're just warming into this. Explosive jump squats. So we're gonna add a bit of a dynamic movement in, start to add a spring into this ballistic movement, which means squatting down a little bit deeper and exploding up, lifting our legs all the way off the ground. Landing softly back on the balls of our feet. Gently touch down with the heels. 30 seconds of rest. Now, let me just break down why we're doing the workout in this manner. We're using dumbbells to overload the muscles with the resistance. That's the same as if we were in the gym using weights. Then we're gonna add that more explosive body weight type movement in there. Gets the heart rate up, which you can hear from my breath now, and helps us burn more calories, which is what this fast fat loss workout is all about. Next combo, dumbbells back up, step back lunge, here we go. So, step back, ball of the foot down, keep the knee directly under the hips, and then push back and return. All the while, we're keeping the arms outside of the body. Same movement, except with that dynamic, fast twitch muscle fiber recruitment. Don't need to go too fast for round one. We're gonna build up just like we do in the gym with weights. Two exercises in, 3 left. Again, this routine is focused all around the legs. So quads, hamstrings, abductors, adductors, thighs, calves, and of course, our glutes. Take a few deep breaths. Control your breathing. Next exercise, stiff-legged deadlift. Hips go back, keep the knees soft, stand upright. And you should really be focusing on the hamstring and their engagement. So what I want you to think about, the muscles in the back of the legs, really think about them lengthening and then squeeze them as you come back to the top. Right onto the floor, feet up by the glutes. We're gonna press down into the floor, raising our hips up. Again, just following on with that same motion, engaging the hamstrings, finishing with our hips in line. Whew. Now, as with all of these faster fat loss workouts, I'll be sharing with you 3 of my top training tips, which I'll do from the second round onwards. These tips are meant to help challenge you a little bit more, show you more of the technique and the form, make sure that you really are executing these exercises as good as you can. Whew. Couple of deep breaths. Sumo squats coming up next, and for this one, a single dumbbell. Feet a little bit wider, toes angled out. You're gonna feel this much more on the inner thigh region. So once again, get dialed in with the muscle activation, that mind-muscle connection. Sit down deep into it. Upper legs about parallel with the floor. Squeeze up and finish upright at the top. Mountain climbers, here we go. Some fast twitch muscle fibers. Just alternating the legs back and forth, staying light on the toes. Final exercise of round 1. So I mentioned round 1 is kind of our warm up. So ask yourself, are you feeling warm? Your muscles feeling nice and warmed up? You don't feel quite as tight as maybe when you started? That means this time we can start to push the intensity a little more on rounds 2 and 3. Single leg Romanian deadlift, RDL. A lot more focus on this one and discipline, so take your time. We got 30 seconds, just do a handful on each leg. We're hinging forwards at the waist, extending our back leg to keep that balance. And just using our free hand to maintain that balance. Right, here's a fun one. We're gonna step back and spring. Big explosive movement, drive that back knee up, enough to be able to lift you off the ground. Switch it over. That is the end of round 1. So 60 seconds of rest. If you need to hydrate, grab a little drink, towel off, do that. Focus on your breathing. We're gonna move into round 2. I'm gonna share with you a couple of tips how we can accelerate the challenge and therefore the effectiveness of these exercises. Whew. First one, it's gonna be our dumbbell squat. Now with this one, I'm gonna perform them with the dumbbells in a front rack position. So instead of holding them at the side, up in front, same motion, hips sit back, but we keep the weight at a higher point here. So a little bit more core activation, and you're gonna feel it a little bit more on the front of the thighs. Now with this, you don't want to stand too upright as you sit down into it. So you're gonna have to naturally tilt at the waist to support the dumbbells in this front rack position. Let's get one more in there. Back into our explosive jump squat. So use your arms as momentum here. Just like a coil or a spring. We're not trying to jump as high as we can here, just enough that we have that lift off from the ground. See what I mean? Even with that slight modification, bringing the dumbbells from here up to here gives us a much greater perceived effort. And if we think we're working harder, we are. We're burning more calories, affecting our metabolic rate for hours after this workout. It's worth putting in the work. Same format with those step back lunges, just alternating left and right. I always find that these less pressure on the knees compared to the regular step forward lunge. Back to our split jump squats. Again, it's not about how high you can go, it's just that continuous repetition of lifting up off the ground. I gotta say, out of all of the exercises, weights and body weight, it's probably those that push my heart rate the highest. What do you think? Drop me a comment in this video, let me know which exercise gets your heart rate up the highest. Back on the hamstrings, dumbbells back up, keep them in the front of your thighs, push back on the hips, keep the knees soft. That's all there is to it. Keeping your stomach muscles pulled in tight. Exhaling, breathing out as you come back upright. Onto the floor. Now, second tip, I like to keep my palms facing upwards. And the reason is, if our palms are down, we're more likely to press down on the mat, taking away some of that effort from the hips, hamstrings, and glutes. So, keep the palms up, moving up by your head. That way, we're gonna press down on the mat. Up we come. Now, if you're feeling hot, you're sweating, you're gasping for breath, think about this. This is all a byproduct of our muscles working. Heat. Heat needs to leave our body. We sweat, we breathe heavier. That means our muscles are having to work. We're gonna burn more calories by doing that. So, keep pushing hard. Goblet squat. Single dumbbell, up by the chest. Wide stance, toes pointing out. Definitely feel this in a different region of the legs. And that's the other thing with these faster fat loss workouts. We're not just replicating an exercise over and over and over. They're designed to really work a full array of muscles within that group that we're training. Mountain climbers. Fast action with the thighs, working glutes, hamstrings as well. You want to keep your back straight, head in a neutral spine alignment. And just kicking your legs back and forth. We are feeling it today. Oh, we're almost at the end of round 2. Once again, I want to congratulate you just for committing to these workouts. They are not easy, and nor are they meant to be. They're meant to challenge you and really work a full range of leg muscles. Okay, single RDL. Go slowly on these, practice your form. find the key is keep the arm completely straight in which you're holding the dumbbell and really just mimicking that same action as a stiff-legged deadlift. My other arm here, and use this to balance. Doesn't always have to be perfect, just pick it back up. Okay, start on this leg now. Look at my arms as well. I'm using them to create momentum and lift, as if clearing water or air out the way. As long as we're getting this leg off the ground. Gets our heart rate up there, gets our breath cadence much heavy, much deeper. You're in control. Focus on your breath. In through the nose, nice and slow. Hold. Exhale. Do that one more time. In through the nose and hold. 30 seconds. You know what that means? Round 3. I want you to push harder, commit to the full time of each exercise. And again, if you make a mistake here and there, just keep it going. Don't worry about it. The goal is to get through this workout and focus within the time limits each of these exercises. I'll let you decide which variant you want for the squats. Me, I'm going arms at the side, which means I've really got to hinge out the waist so that my arms can just hold the dumbbells out the way. And with these, just make sure that you are squatting deep enough, but not too deep. Upper thighs parallel with the floor. Push back up, feet through the floor. Again, up to you how high you want to get them. You don't need to be reaching for the sky here. Just enough that you lift off the floor. 6 to 8 inches, that's all. We don't need to get our knees up. It's the explosive action as we squat down and uncoil all of that energy, that force to be able to lift us off. Try this next time you're in the gym, going for a run, or really replacing cardio with these workouts. That's what these faster fat loss workouts are really all about. A way to burn calories, maximize fat loss, but equally work on some strength and conditioning as well. You ready for this? Let's get those dumbbells back in hand. Step back lunges, shoulders back. Don't overstep here. It's often shorter than you might think. So if you can, look in the mirror, even use your phone to record yourself and check your form. Not now, because you're watching me, but after, check your form and make sure that your hips are over that back knee. You know what's coming, the split jump squats. Just keep those shoulders back, try not to lean too far forwards. Just coming up to that 20-minute mark. Ooh. I don't know about you, but I can feel my heart rate. It feels like I've been on the treadmill running for half an hour. And I don't like running. I'd much prefer to be here using weights, interval training, short bursts of energy, short recovery. So shoulder width grip, Legs are relatively straight, just a slight bend at the knee. Finish upright. Push your hips all the way in, squeeze your glutes, shoulders are back. We've got good momentum, let's keep this going. Remember, palms up, push your feet down into the mat, drive your hips up, and squeeze your glutes and hamstrings at the top. Final exercise combo. Now, if you've been using the dumbbells for these single RDLs and you're finding them a little bit too challenging, try without. I'd much prefer you to start perfecting your form, technique, and feeling comfortable with this, knowing the muscle group that you're working, rather than trying to add weight in. But before we do that, we've got our goblet squats. So, underside of that weight, push the hips back. Your knees shouldn't really be extending over your toes. That's how much of a hinge you need at the waist to really push back and sit, as opposed to concertining and just sitting down. On the mat, get those mountain climbers going. That's 24 minutes. Gets the heart rate up, gets our body into a higher thermogenic effect. High temperature, more heat as a byproduct. Our internal combustion engine, which is our metabolism, is burning calories or body fat at a higher rate than normal. That's how we get faster fat loss. Accelerate our metabolism. Okay, let's try for 3 good ones each leg. Here we go. Focus your mind. Hinge. And then switch legs. We'll count that one. Final 30 seconds, so if you can jump a little bit higher, do that. Final 10 seconds. Come on, get that height in there. A few extra inches on that lift off. Yes, yes, yes. Well done. This is definitely one of the more challenging faster fat loss workouts I've created. That dumbbell and body weight combo, look, gets us sweating, gets us hot, gets us breathing heavier. Again, if you're using any kind of technology to track your heart rate, I'm sure you'll see this compared to 20 minutes on a treadmill or cross trainer, you're gonna burn more calories here. Okay guys, like I said, show us some love, hit that like button on this video, drop me a comment below, let me know whether you like these style of videos, you want to see more, your favorite, least favorite exercise, and do make sure you are subscribed with that little bell notifications turned on. We drop brand new faster fat loss videos every Sunday, so you don't want to miss that. Finally, share this with a friend. You want to try this dumbbell and bodyweight follow along lower body workout. I'll catch you back here on the next fast fat loss workout. Go hydrate, get some rest. I'll see you back here soon. Take care.